Good morning, everyone. It's Shauna coming to you live from her craft room in Edmond, Oklahoma. Today is Saturday, August 16th. I really do know what day it is, I promise. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, so I hope you guys are having a fabulous start to a wonderful weekend. Let me get over here and make sure that I am in the right spot before I get too carried on the right page. Okay, there I am. So now let me make sure that you can hear me. Too carried on. Yep. Okay, so you can see me, you can hear me. Now let me turn on live chat so that I can see all of you guys. If you are scrolling through the Facebook world, stop by, say hi. If you don't say hi, I really don't know that you're on or that you're watching because I'm not looking at my phone while I'm videoing this. My phone is above me. So if you're not catching me live and you're watching replay, just comment replay and I'll know that you stopped by to watch. So we are going to be making this cute shaker card. I love a good shaker card. And we're using the Boho Vibes Sweet Collection. So I am really loving this paper. I've used this paper in a couple of videos. Let me pull all of this to the side real quick. And I just want to go over a couple of things. Again, not going to spend too much time on it because I talk about it every video. We have 3 different levels of creativity. We have got something for everyone. We have kits for our beginners. So if you go to stampinup.com, you can check out all of our kits. The brown kits are the ones that you can see everything that is in it and what it makes. These are online. They come out 2 every month, sometimes 3 every month. So they are always revolving. They're always coming and going. So to keep up on what's the latest, this one is a cute Pop-Up Pals kit. It makes 4 very cute little pop-up cards. I think these are great for little kid birthdays. And most of our kits make like 9 cards. I think just because this one was a pop-up kit, it only made 4. However, I will have to say this is only $10. So that's what, $2.50 a card? Not too shabby. I wished I would have gotten a couple of other ones. But again, the brown boxes are the kits that you can see online and you can see everything that's in them. The paper pumpkin kits are a monthly subscription kit, and you don't have to get every month. You can stop it and start it, suspend it, but you do have to sign up and become a member. So again, this kit had 3 different cards. It makes 9, 3 of each, but very pretty cards. I love our kits. They're great not just for the beginners, but just to kind of get your mojo going if you're not really feeling it. So speaking of the paper pumpkin, this is the one that the subscription period just ended. It was called Farmhouse Florals. It is on our way. In fact, I was hoping to have it yesterday, which is kind of why I waited so long to post on what we were going to be doing for our live. Because if I would have gotten it yesterday, we would have been using it this morning and I would have made the shaker card next week's. But that's okay. I'll just do this probably for my live next Saturday. Here's the new one. The subscription period is from August 11th to September 10th. It's going to be some pretty fall cards. You can tell by the colors. We've got pecan pie, Cajun craze, pumpkin pie. Looks like we've got a fox and some nuts. This is kind of a surprise to us. We don't always get to see what's in them and exactly how the cards look until we get them. It does coordinate with a beautiful suite that's in our mini online catalogs. which are in the house. Ooh. So if you need a mini catalog, let me know. So again, step-by-step instructions for our kits. For the intermediate, if you don't have a lot of supplies but you still like to be really creative, we have our quick and easy mix and match options. And then a lot of our catalog is for the advanced creativity your own way. You pick some paper, you pick a stamp, you pick some ribbon, you pick some embellishments, put them all together, and you can make whatever you want, whatever floats your boat. The great thing about Stampin' Up! Is everything coordinates. So it's very easy. Of course, we have our annual catalog. This is the current catalog, and it's a great catalog. And then we have our, like I said, our new mini catalogs. So if you need a mini catalog, I have some on hand. Just let me know. You can stop by and pick them up. I cannot show you the inside of it until September. So this runs September to December, and actually it's September 3rd through January 5th. So there's a sneak peek of some goodies that are in it. Love this gingerbread man. This actually opens up and makes a gingerbread man card. And of course you can, you know, cut off part of his leg. There's a saying that says, "Oh snap," which is very cute and punny. I love puns. But again, that's just kind of, there's a little squirrel punch for your fall. But anyway, some very cute stuff. And again, there's a sneak peek if you didn't get to look at that pretty paper and that ribbon. I did order a few things out of the catalog, so I have some things to show you if we get to that point. So, again, the best place to shop is www.stampinup.com. That's because all of our discounted, which is called the Last Chance products, are on there, plus online exclusives. Stampin' Up! Comes out with a whole bunch of stamps and paper and ribbon embellishments that are only available online. They never make it in the catalog. And I'm telling you what, that is mainly what I have been using over the last several videos. Don't miss out. Go to StampinUp.com to see all the goodies. I'm going to move that up. I'm a little off screen, it looks like, so hopefully that'll be a little bit better. Want to tell you craft shows. We are registered for the Earth Glow Market, which is at 14343 North MacArthur Boulevard. This is off of MacArthur in between Memorial and 33rd. It's on November 8th from 9 to 3. Me and my husband will be there. So he does woodworking and sells flags and chairs and just some really cool stuff that he makes. So if you're interested, stop by, please say hi. And if you guys know of any other good craft shows going on, let us know. We're looking into the one at Putnam City. So I cannot get even on this, sorry. Okay, so September classes and clubs. Let me go over this real quick. And of course I forgot to grab my calendar once again, so let me grab the calendar. Now I'm sideways. Ay. Okay. Maybe that'll be the last adjustment. Okay. Today is August 16th. I really do know what time and date it is. Good morning, Teresa. How are you? So, I did not go to the church crop today because nobody else signed up. So I thought, well, I'll be in the office working all day today and tomorrow probably. It'll be a working weekend, so if you need me, holler at me. So September's card and scrapbooking class to go. Again, they are kits to go. I'm thinking about starting to go back and meet in person next month. Hopefully things will have settled down. Everybody will be done traveling. Everybody will be back from vacations since school is back in order. But so September, the card class is going to be the 6th. And the scrapbooking class is going to be the 20th. So we will be out of town the 13th, and the 27th we have birthday parties. So to sign up, if you want to do the card or scrapbooking class to go, I need to know by this Monday the 25th. So a week from this coming Monday. So you have a whole week to let me know. I sent out my email last weekend to all my card girls, my club girls, and so they have had a whole week. If you ever want to be on my email list, just let me know. So let me show you the cards and the scrapbooking pages that we're going to be making. This is actually 2 cards and a little treat box. So, good morning, Mom. How are you? I have a little frog in my throat. Sorry about that. This uses, I believe it's called Mountain Majesties. I use the dies. That's the only thing about having club to-go kits instead of meeting in person. I can't do any of the stamping for you per Stampin' Up! Rules and guidelines. So I've been trying to use dies instead of stamps, and hopefully you have a few sentiment stamps that you can use if you want sentiments on there. You don't have to have sentiments. Again, I make a lot of cards that I sell at craft shows, and I don't put sentiments on there because say somebody loves this card and they want to use it for a retirement card and it says happy birthday, then they're not going to purchase it. So I have several cards that I just make, and then depending on the message that you write inside, they will know why you're sending it. It doesn't have to have a sentiment. But again, this was an online exclusive, and I love it. This is not a Stampin' Up! Stamp right here, but I had it in my stash, so I used it. This says you're much more than a friend. And the box opens up like this. You can just pull this ribbon off, and it's kind of like a ring box. And it has a little Hostess cupcake. These cupcakes are the limited edition frosted s'mores cakes. So I just thought that was just too cute. This paper is from the Weekend Adventure Scrapbooking Workshop Kit, which will kind of give you a heads up, an idea as to what the scrapbooking layouts are going to be next month. I have been playing with that kit and getting stuff ready for actually October's club. September's going to be a pretty busy month, so I'm not going to have a lot of working time. The scrapbook pages, again, are using on the go, and the reason why I went ahead, these look a lot like last month's club. Last month's was road trip themed. So they were really cute, but they were all based about road trips. So everybody loved them so much that I thought I would use the same paper. I had enough of it left, and we would do airplane travel. So hopefully you're not bored of these papers yet. I think they're really cute. This one says travel more, worry less. It has a lot of cute. In this workshop was some puffy stickers, some great twine. Got some embellishments here. Here's some more puffy stickers. some Cricut cuts. I do a lot of the page titles, I guess is what you would say it, a lot of the words on the Cricut. So those are not through Stampin' Up. This one says, Adventure Awaits. And again, we have, these come with some great little tags that you can cut apart, a whole sheet of them. And so I've cut those. This is where the adventure begins. Again, great twine, embellishment dots. It does come with a stamp set, and I've used it in a couple of places like Enjoy and You're Going Places. You don't have to buy the stamp set, but if you don't buy the stamp set, I cannot do the stamping for you. Travel is my therapy. Again, some puffy stickers, some little dots, some twine, some clustering. Here's some more puffy stickers. Life is an adventure, some puffy stickers, some twine, dots, puffy stickers. So I really have enjoyed playing with this workshop kit. And like I said, Stampin' Up! Does offer this as a workshop, but their pages look completely different than mine. So, do we want to see new product, or do we just want to get to the card? Let me know. I didn't get a whole bunch of new product. I had to put myself on a budget, shucky darns, because there's a lot of new product in that catalog, and it's pretty. But I didn't go berserk. I just have a couple of different things. So if you guys want to see those, I can show them, or we can just get to crafting. Up to you. Let me know in the comments below. Or we can do the card now, and if we have enough time, I can show you the new product afterward. I don't see anybody commenting. Should we just get to crafting? Okay, let's make the card. Let me pull out my tray of goodies here. Get myself all set up. Okay. So again, we're using the Boho Vibes Suite. This is actually a catalog product. So comes with this great stamp set. This is page 62 in the annual catalog. So here's the dies, here's the embellishment, here's the paper. There are some samples on this card. Some samples on this page. So very cute. Again, page 61, 62 in the annual catalog. Okay. Sit down, take a seat, and we are going to start with half of a piece of 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. This is the Secret Sea. I have been loving this paper. Teresa, are you still on here? What are you thinking about the new in colors? You know, I wasn't quite sure at first, and now I love them. So the more I play with them, the more I love them. I just find that it's a good base background piece because it's almost like a black, but not, you know, it's prettier than black. This has already been scored in half, so this makes your normal card 5.5 by 4 1/4. So again, it's just a half a sheet of 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. And then again, we're going to be using this same paper that we used last week. This is the Boho Vibes. It's actually called, yeah, Boho Vibes. That's the name of the paper. Sometimes the paper they name a different name. Let me see if this piece, nope, that's not big enough. And we actually used this piece of paper last week. Let me grab a sheet. Oh, that's not it. Hold on. Thought I already had these pulled out. Sorry. I think I should have a piece left. I didn't use that much of it. There are 8 designs, so 6 pieces of each paper. Goodness gracious. Here it is. Goodness. It's just hiding in there. And then the other piece of paper that we're going to use is the striped piece, and that should be a big enough piece. So we're going to go ahead and get our trimmer out and cut this down to, I made my dots go this way. Last week I did not have the dots going the right way on mine. I changed my paper. So we're going to go 5 1/4 because our secret C is 5 1/2. So this is going to be a 1/4 smaller by 4 because the other one is 4 1/4. And that's just going to layer on top of there very easily, just your normal. I'm going to go ahead and get some Daffodil Delight, just a scratch piece that I have here. And this piece, let's see, it measures 4 1/2 by 3 1/2. So let's go 4 1/2 wide by 3 1/2 tall. And this is just going to be kind of on here at a cockeyed angle. That was a little bit more eye-pleasing, I thought. And then we're going to use our basic white, and we're going to cut this at I think 4 by 3. Let me measure this. Let me make sure I have the right measurement down here. I changed this a few times. It's actually just, yeah, 4 by 3. Okay. So let's go. Actually, looks like it's just a little bit smaller than 4. Maybe by a 1/16 of an inch, so. That's going to be our shaker part. And then we need a piece of acetate clear window sheet. You can even use the wrappers off of your stamps, or your stamps come in. Your photopolymer stamps come on a little piece of plastic. I have a whole bunch of them. So whatever you have, that's what you can use. I mean, I have a whole bunch of the acetate. So let me grab a piece right here. Isn't that exciting? You can really see that on the camera, huh? It shows up. So this piece is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. It's not very big. So let me put this to the side. This is clear. I'm going to lose it. I'm not going to be able to find that here in a little bit. I think that is pretty much all of our cutting on our paper. And then we're going to grab some adhesive sheets. I love them. Good. Me too, Teresa. Okay, so this is some Sizzix just because I've had it, but we do sell adhesive sheets. This kind of makes your own sticker. So what happens is you peel this back and then this is sticky. So I'm going to take my piece of basic white and I'm just going to lay that on here. And you'll see why we're doing this here in a second. I did not think about this when I made my first card, and this die does cut, and see, none of those are adhered. Okay, which is fine, gives it some dimension, but it's, as soon as little hands get to it, that's just gonna tear. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So I'm going to, my white piece, my basic white is in here. I'm just going to cut around it. And I hope that was not the right piece of white. Ay, 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 you guys. Okay. You gotta love live. You see the mistakes. You see me fix the mistakes. It's all fun, I tell you. Okay, let's try this one more time. Let's put the actual piece that we need on here. Oh, you know, I love doing my videos on Saturday mornings because it lets me be productive and gets me going, and then I don't have to watch the clock all the time. However, I will have to say, I'm not as awake as what I really need to be. Okay, so the back of that is just peeled off because this is the sticky part. So now we're going to run our die through here. Again, this is a great Stampin' die set. So I'm just going to grab this die right here. I'm going to stick it on here. And I'm going to get it in the middle where we're straight. This stamp set and die, you will notice, is not straight. It's not meant to be. It's meant to be a little off kilter. So the lines on the rainbow are not, you know, 100% straight. It almost kind of has that look of like a kid drew it. Okay. So get this off of here. These little pieces right here just, well, they did pop out for me when I wasn't using a sticker sheet. Now they're not gonna pop out for me. Hold on. If that ever happens, you just line that back up. Because of the grooves that it made, it's very easy to put them back in the grooves and just recut it. It doesn't move. So let's put this down one more time. Run it through a couple of times back and forth, and we should be good. Yes. So when I removed it, all of this came off together, which none of that is what we need. So let me grab what the piece that we do need. It's sticking to my, there we go. Sticking to my plate. Okay. This is what we need. Be very careful because this is sticky. And so now we're going to put down our window sheet. And I think I'm going to stand up to do this. Okay, and you'll notice this window sheet is a little bit bigger than this white piece of paper. And I did that on purpose, just so that it would be easier to line up. And now we're just going to take our scissors and we're just going to cut around. To me, this is easier than if you have a smaller piece, because then you're trying to be like perfecto with it, and it's just harder. And this is very easy. So just cut, I mean, it's a square. Now if I had some intricate design, maybe that would be different, but okay. I love shaker cards. My kids love shaker cards. So I'm going to grab my, sorry, I'm reaching across the camera. I'm going to grab my adhesive eraser. I have a little adhesive residue on the side. So, okay. Put this to the side. And let's, actually, no, let's pull that back. Let's go ahead and do this part. Let's make the shaker card. So Stampin' Up! Makes it really easy. We sell these foam adhesive strips. They are perfect and ideal for a shaker card. So you just want to make sure that you have the back side, and get some scissors that you can use for adhesive gummy stuff. These are some great Tim Holtz scissors. We don't sell them, unfortunately. Let's stick that back there and grab another big piece off of this. And basically you are just building a wall, so that whatever you put in here, you could put in seed beads, you could put in glitter, you could put in all sorts of stuff. Anything that's small that's gonna, you know, run around. But you're building a wall so that none of it falls out. So you just want to make sure that all of these pieces touch. They do not have to look pretty. No one's going to see it on the back. But they do all need to touch and not have any gaps so that nothing falls out. Okay. Oh, you know what I should have done? We'll come back and do that. That's okay. I also need to die cut the heart. There is a heart in here. There's actually a set of 3. And I need to grab some cloud cover, just a scratch piece of it. So where is my scratch? this piece will work. My desk is already looking crazy. Did that cut all the way through? I didn't use my little shims. It did. I just need this one big heart. Teresa, what did you think about the new mini? Have you had a chance to make your want list? I have my want list. I didn't get everything on it. Just to show you guys how much I love online exclusives, these are the mini catalog items that I want. These are the online exclusive items that I want. I'm telling you, if you're not looking and shopping online, you're missing out. I don't know how many times I can say that to you. Hopefully you're listening. Let me put my little die up so that I don't lose it. That would be horrible. And I'm going to grab my ever so favorite green capped Tombow glue. I just have mine in a different little bottle because it has more of a precision tip on there. I'm going to put some of this on here. That's probably way too much. Grab a scratch piece of paper and take some of that off. I don't need glue oozing all over the place. And I'm just going to come down here and put that right, well, I say that, right in the middle. Where are my tweezers? My tweezers would make this much easier. There we go. We're going to let that dry. For a second. I'm going to come back in here with my little adhesive eraser. I've got stuff everywhere. Okay. And now what I'm going to use are the loose frosted dots. These are current. We have these in our catalog. And I'm just going to shake a little, I don't know, a couple pinches. And then I'm going to take my little pokey tool and I'm going to carefully take these strips off. Oh, come on. This is being a booger. I already have my fingers are sticking to everything. There we go. All I did was use just a little bitty on that heart, and now I've got glue on my fingers. And that is why me and the green capped glue do not get along. It's a great glue. It keeps things stuck. It does its job. It does its job well. But I don't like it. Okay. Come on, little. Go back in there. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our little piece of rainbow paper. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is right here. And this piece, actually, I should have cut this before. Let me move that out of the way. This rainbow piece is 4 by 3. So it's probably already 3, yep. And now I'm going to go 4. Pull this back in. Oh, it's a, what the? I have friends joining me apparently. I don't know what that was or where that came from. Gross. Okay, and I also see, before I close this up, I have some weird, what is this and where did that come from? It's a piece of paper. Okay. This is all sticky. Did I? Yep. So now I'm just going to carefully line up this on to that. And you can see there is a little bit of paper poking around the edges. So again, I'm just going to come in here with my scissors. I'm just going to cut that. Just so that you don't see it poking around. To me, this is just easier than working with smaller pieces of paper. Because then you have to make sure you get it lined up just right and that everything covers and that no beads sneak out. It's just easier to get it pretty close and then take in a pair of scissors and trim it up. And I don't know where I'm picking up adhesive from, but I'm getting adhesive goo all over this white piece of paper. And I do notice, let me go, I'm going to trim one more time on this side. There's just a little white piece of clear acetate sticking out. Okay. And again, that's me being persnickety. So, this card is very easy to put together if I can pick up the piece of paper. So let's take our adhesive. Let's put some adhesive on this piece. And let's get it on here straight. This piece again is just a quarter of a size smaller than the Secret C base. And then this one, I'm trying to think, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put this one on first and then we'll stick this shaker on. And the reason why I say that, this piece of Daffodil Delight, it's pretty straight. You don't have to get it perfect. But it's on there pretty straight, and it's this that's on here cockeyed. Now I am going to use some tear and tape for the back of this. Just because it's stronger and it will hold it a little bit longer. I'm going to put 3 pieces on here just to be generous, maybe. Can't get my fingers to work. Okay. And again, I'm just going to come in here with my pokey tool and pull this top layer off. And see, here we are again making a card with no sentiment on the front. I tend to do that because then you can just do whatever you want. I just came in here and just did this a little cockeyed, just a little bit. I just thought it was more eye-pleasing. Okay. And then completely up to you on what you want to do. but I'm gonna grab, these are the embellishments that come with the suite, and this is called Muted Palette Dots, and I've just taken a couple of these. I've used the Cloud Cover, the Mossy Meadow, and the, I don't know if those are Pretty in Pink or if they're Petal Pink. They're probably Petal Pink if I had to guess. Trying to find my pokey tool. There it is. And I'm going to put one of these down here. A blue Cloud Cover one up here. Again, I have some adhesive and a weird, I'm going to grab a small one. Those were the big. This comes in 2 sizes, so those were both big ones. And then I'm going to do a little small one down here in the heart. This makes your triangle, which is, again, if you're crafting, you know this, but usually groups of 3 are very eye-pleasing, and a triangle. The triangle brings your focus in on your project, which would be the shaker card, the rainbow. So this is the Secret Sea ribbon. And I'm just going to cut me off a piece. I'm trying to find my ribbon scissors here. I'm just going to tie a little knot in this. This ribbon, I don't know if you've gotten any of this ribbon, Teresa, but it's like a woven see-through ribbon. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's see-through. It's like, I thought when I got it that it was going to be not see-through. What's the word that I'm looking for? Solid. That's the word. So I'm just gonna put this on a little glue dot. That's the easiest way. And stick that up here in the corner. And this part right here, you could put this in the corner and take up that whole corner if you want. I put mine more to the edge, to the actual corner, to the tip of it, because, hold on just a second, let me find them. I have a couple of different sets. I love rainbows. I love color. They just make me happy. So in the past, in my stash, I have Rainbow of Happiness, and there are these little 3 hearts. So I'm going to grab these little 3 hearts out. And again, this was another, had some great dies. I loved this border trim. So I'm going to grab these little hearts real quick. Put those on a stamp block, and then I'm going to grab just my Stampin' Spot of Cloud Cover. If you guys know the whole Cloud Cover saga snafu, we don't have Cloud Cover in a big pad. When they put it in the big pad, it did not react well, and the colors changed. So there are my little hearts. And then, completely up to you once again, but back to my stash, I have this one that says Good Feelings. I loved this sentiment stamp set. Sending sunshine and good feelings your way. That was why I bought it. And then this one, Kindest Expression, says Sending sunshine and rainbows. Yeah. So I had to pull out that sentiment stamp, and that's what I have used for the inside of this card. So you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I did. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this real quick. So again, we're just going to need a piece for the inside. So actually, let me go 5¼ by 4. And I'm going to bring out a tool that you guys haven't seen in a while. We quit selling this, but this is the Stampin' Up! Stamparatus. So if you have a stamping platform, I would suggest that you pull it out and use it. Sorry, had to grab me a drink. This just makes it really easy to line up. When I'm using the red cling rubber stamps, I want to make sure that I get this nice and centered and in the middle. When you're using the clear photopolymer stamps, it's not so bad. And what I did on this, and what I really, really liked, I took my cloud cover and again, we don't have this in the big pad. I really wished we did. I'm not a fan of Stampin' Up! Spots, especially when you have a big stamp like this. It's just easier when you have a big pad. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here, and I don't know if you could see from what I had just showed you just a second ago. Let me reopen it. Underneath this Secret C is the cloud cover. So I did cloud cover, and then I came back in with my Secret C. Stamped right over top of it. And you can see the cloud cover underneath it. I don't know if you can, hopefully you can see that through there. So let me clean this off before I get ink all over my hands. And then what we're going to do is take our Daffodil Delight and one of the stamps in the Boho or Sunshine Vibe stamp set, the part of the Boho Vibe suite, is this little sunshine. So it's like the rays and half of a sun. And what I did was I just came in here and I layered that. So I'm going to stick my, trying to get it straight and not stick my head in the camera. These photopolymer stamps tend to stick to you. Put that in there. What makes this great is you can take this and just tuck this up in the corner. That way when you stamp down multiple times, you get multiple, you can put it in the same place. You can stamp in the same place over and over and over. I'm trying to find my ink. It's right there in front of me. Okay, so I'm just going to take my ink, get that nice, and I'm going to stamp right on top of there. And then I'm going to peel this off. And then I'm going to take my raise and this one I did differently. This one I just did the raise once, right there in the middle. And then after I looked at it, I thought, you know, I don't know if I like that as well. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to take the raise and I'm going to put half on one side and half on the other. And again, you don't have to do this. I just thought this was cute. I mean, the sentiment says sending sunshine and rainbows, so, you know, I had this sentiment and it's a rainbow, and why not, right? Why not? Stuff's falling, guys. I'm gonna wipe this off, and then I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna line it up over here on this other side. Almost done. I have a little bit of Daffodil Delight right there. I don't want to get it on my paper. Okay. See? So cute. Okay. Let me close up my ink pad before I get ink somewhere I'm not supposed to. Let me clean that off. I can move that later. And then let's just put this down in our card. I don't normally decorate the insides of my cards, again, because I sell my cards. I find that people like blank cards more. They don't like it with the sentiments or the sayings inside, so most of my cards are plain. Every once in a while, you just have to, right? So, sending sunshine and rainbows. Cute shaker card. What do you guys think? I love it. Love it, love it. I love shaker cards. All right. Now, it is 10:58. So, I've been on here for an hour. I think what I'll do is I'll wait to show you guys new product from the mini catalog, unless you just want to. Yay or nay? Do you guys want to see new product, or nah, we can wait till later? Let me know. You got 5 seconds. Type fast. No, I'm just kidding. It's not a lot of product. It probably won't even take me 5 minutes to show it. I just ordered a few things. So up to you guys. What do you want? If nobody says anything in the next 5 seconds, I'm moving on. I'll just wait. Wait. Okay, we'll wait. All right. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of the weekend. And hopefully I'll have my paper pumpkin here. I'll probably get it today, watch. And that's what we'll put together next weekend for our live. See you guys later and have a fabulous week. Bye-bye.